Good afternoon, everyone. We've got a ton of new updates regarding tomorrow's tornado outbreak that will sweep across the Midwest and Ohio Valley on Friday, bringing with it also damaging winds and a large hail tomorrow afternoon and evening. Now, as you could see, last night they did issue two moderate risks, which is a level 4 to 5 on the severe weather scale. Like I said yesterday, I was expecting a moderate risk out of this due to how large the enhanced risk was, and there we go. We actually got two moderate risks in place here for portions of eastern Iowa going into northwestern Illinois, a little bit there of northeastern Missouri, also down there southeastern Missouri, northeastern Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, western Tennessee, and southwestern Kentucky. Is also on a moderate risk for severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. As you can see, we also have that enhanced area for severe thunderstorms. This is the main area here where you are going to see widespread severe thunderstorms moving throughout those areas. Down here, you're going to see more long-lasting tornadoes, while up here, you're going to see more photogenic tornadoes with more of a damaging wind threat. And as you can see, there's that tornado threat, which we do have the 15% chance for tornadoes with that hatched area in both moderate risks. This means in both areas, we will be having the potential for significant EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within a 50-mile radius of a point. So 50-mile radius, you will have a 15% chance of seeing a tornado in that area. Now here's the wind risk, which is also pretty high as well, mainly up here in the northern moderate risk, which we do have a 45% chance here of seeing a damaging wind gust over 80 miles per hour. We also have a significant chance down here as well within the hatch area, also 70 to 80 mile per hour gusts within those storms, which are very damaging. That is like a EF1 tornado winds. That is near EF1 tornado winds, which are very damaging. So make sure you do tie down anything that is out in the yard. Bring anything inside that can become a flying projectile within these winds. They will definitely be very dangerous. We also have a hail threat with this, a 30% hatched risk for hail. So that means you could potentially see upwards of baseball-sized hail up there in the northern moderate risk. Here's the future reflectivity from the latest HRRR model. This is the latest 18Z run. So this came out a little bit ago, and we're looking at the northern moderate risk first, and then we're going to dive down south into the southern moderate risk for the future radar. So as you can see, starting off here, we're looking at about 9 p.m. of Thursday. The reason we're looking at Thursday is we're tracking this morning convection that's going to be erupting across the Midwest for the early morning hours of Friday. Now, as we head throughout 1 a.m. of Friday, you can see a lot of scattered showers and thunderstorms across this area, going from Iowa even into portions of Kentucky. We're seeing a lot of showers and thunderstorms. And you can see this continues into the early morning hours. Still some more showers and thunderstorms down here in Indiana and southern Illinois. That's what we call morning convection, and morning convection can definitely take up a lot of the energy within the atmosphere that storms use to kind of fuel off of when they first start to develop. As you can see, we head throughout more of the morning hours here, and this starts to move eastward, which means that sun starts to come out as a lot of that cloud cover moves out of the area. That sun starts to just regenerate a lot of that energy across the area that those storms really took as it was moving over Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois. That sun will just kind of generate a lot of the energy back, and that's when those storms start to develop. This is going to be midday of Friday, so it's going to be 1 p.m. and you can see already some strong thunderstorms across eastern Iowa. We head into more of the early afternoon hours. This is when we start to see some of those early storm development across southern Missouri. Eventually starting to see some supercells popping out throughout later the afternoon. As you can see, about 3 p.m., this is when the initiation time, I believe, is going to be in Iowa. So 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., between that time frame is when we are going to see a lot of these storms start to fire up very rapidly across Iowa. This is going to be the main tornado threat across the Midwest, and you can see we move forward here. We start we start to see some helicity swaths, and helicity swaths show some potential tornadic rotation within these storms as they move in towards the northeast. It looks like these are going to be moving very fast, so these are not going to be slow. You're not going to have a lot of time to take shelter if a tornado warning is issued. This also moves throughout northern Illinois throughout more of a 7 p.m. time frame, and this will be headed towards Chicago with some very strong winds, even potential hail within that line of storms. You can definitely see some discrete supercells across the eastern Illinois going to Indiana and Kentucky, and those might also pose a small tornado risk going throughout the evening hours that we'll have to watch out for as well. Look at that, going to Indiana, some potential supercells going up there throughout the evening hours. That heads through Chicago with some heavy winds and rainfall. Also, again, a embedded tornado potential within that as well. And then those storms head throughout those overnight hours. So we're heading by 11 p.m. now, and those storms are heading throughout Ohio, more of the Ohio Valley, seeing a lot of strong storms here, bringing damaging winds, a lot of lightning with these, and heavy rainfall. And we do have a excessive rainfall outlook for this. We have a slight risk in effect for excessive rainfall, so the potential for flash flooding is there across the Ohio Valley. That hits throughout the overnight hours. Eventually those dissipate as we head throughout the 2 a.m. time frame for Saturday. Now look at the future radar for down here in the south. As you can see, this is going to be about midday again, so we're looking at about 1 p.m. You see those strong storms up there in Iowa, right up there. We can move down here a little further, and we start to head throughout more of about 3 p.m. And look at these storms. They're really firing up here across Arkansas, going to southeastern Missouri as well. That main tornado threat, I believe, will start to fire up about 3 to 5 p.m. is when those storms will start to fire. That's when I believe the tornado threat will also start to fire up as those storms start to develop. And we are going to have that strong tornado threat down here as well. You can see some of these cells are looking quite discreet, and that's going to give those tornadoes a chance to definitely have a long-lasting effect if those cells continue to be discreet. So that could definitely be concerning across the Ohio River area. And we head throughout more of the afternoon here, and those storms start to move into more Kentucky, Tennessee, even Mississippi and Louisiana could see some of those strong storms as we head throughout more of the evening hours. And this is going to be about 9 p.m. So these strong storms are still ongoing by then. Mississippi there, where those strong tornadoes hit last week, we are going to see some strong storms there as well for the overnight hours of Friday into Saturday. We'll have to watch as well. Still a lot of strong winds here going throughout the overnight hours, going around the southern United States, and this will continue as we head throughout more of those early morning hours. This is going to be about 4 a.m. Still some strong storms heading throughout Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia that could cause a rude awakening. And those storms will eventually weaken throughout the morning. But I mean, these storms just definitely have a lot of energy just to keep going throughout the night. Not lasting too terribly long for the moderate risk area, but definitely some of these storms could have some major effects on people across either the northern moderate risk or the southern moderate risk, even both. Some of these storms could have long-lasting effects on people. So you make sure you have those tornado plans in place. Make sure you have those. Make sure you do prepare now while you can before these storms hit tomorrow afternoon and evening. If you live anywhere throughout that risk area for severe thunderstorms on Friday. Last thing we're going to look at today. Yesterday we looked at a lot of the ingredients that this storm will be picking up. This is a significant tornado parameter. As you can see, this is going to be extremely high across northern Illinois, going throughout the Mississippi River Valley. We have some very high STP values, which means strong tornadoes are likely across this area, and going throughout eastern Iowa and northern Illinois. We are going to have a strong tornado potential. We're also going to have a tornado potential within these storms across these areas. Anywhere in these colored areas, you have a tornado potential throughout Friday afternoon. This moves eastward with these storms as well, but eventually that does weaken off as we head throughout those late evening hours. But definitely a strong tornado potential throughout both moderate risk areas, even in between. We'll have to watch this insanely widespread area of severe thunderstorms. I will be live streaming tomorrow with live coverage. Stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new to help post notifications. You won't miss a single upload or live stream on the channel. Share this to any friends or family that may live in this area. Give them that information so that they can prepare now. But as always, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.